All right, Darlene, welcome to part four of the Smile-A-Thon. For those of you who don't know why there's four parts, I will just quickly say that because I did forget. Zoom and YouTube only allow certain portions before there's some technological either deletion or just shut down. So we do less than 10 hours and we do another part, do another part. So next year, Darlene, there might be five parts. There might even be six parts for all I know. There might be 10 parts. Guess why? Because if you start with, I was just informed by Scott in Australia that their International Smile Day started like 12 hours before ours or 22 hours because October 3rd was before our October 3rd. So imagine this. I'm thinking that next year, Darlene, we are starting at 12:01 Eastern. Okay.
Yes.
12:01 Eastern, October 3rd. That is 9 hours earlier than we started this year. And we're going to go fly right through one day and possibly 2 days. And I'll tell you, no one has said anything that you say, oh, I've heard that before, and I don't need to hear this. Everyone has brought a fresh perspective to smiles. And the other thing I've absolutely loved is that everybody's story is unique in how a smile saved their life or how a smile changed their life. And so that's always been refreshing. And then the last thing I'll say about this, Darlene, before I introduce you as one of my, I mean, look at the light that you bring. The last thing I want to say is if you hear in a row 127 speakers talk about smiles, that is like a overdose of vitamin C. You're good. But if you
Absolutely.
take it, if you think about it, if there's 127 episodes coming out, you can choose to listen to one a day for 127 days, and you're getting your fill, or not your fill, but you're getting a dose of smiles. And every dose of smile you get makes your oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins, all the good stuff, dopamine, kicking. I mean, it gets you dancing already, doesn't it?
Yes,
So,
absolutely delicious.
so Darlene, you've been in several of the a-thons. What was the first one? What was the
My first
Smile-A-thon?
one was a Smile-A-thon.
So it was the national one. Okay, so
It was the
so
National Smile-A-thon. I'm like, ooh, I'm going national to international. I
you're
feel
going national,
special.
international. So and we have, and by the way, we have good representation in international. This is way beyond the national one we did. And then I think you were in the author as well.
Yes, I was in the author-a-thon.
And
Absolutely.
your video charted way up there. You went
Oh,
way up to the top.
absolutely. Oh, I had so much fun. So much fun. Thank
So for
you.
those of you listening, the way the math works is when you are recorded here, you of course are going to be seen by more people, but that's called content with a little boost. But everyone sharing and everyone tagging this gets everyone to be seen, so all ships rise. So the part one has already been seen by almost 500 people, just so we're clear, and that's just day one. I mean, come on, we're going to just keep
Just day
pumping it.
one. We're
And
only
by the
getting
way, and that's
started.
and Darlene, we're going to chop it into episodes, so all those episodes get a new life. And then and by the way, Faison, the brilliant man he is, he puts them all on a playlist. So if you just wanted to hit play, it would go through each episode, and you don't have to think; you just enjoy. All right. So, Darlene, the floor is yours. I just wanted to have a little minute or two to say what I wanted to say in the first hour, which is we've had a very good run with the first three parts. Let's make part four number one. It's all you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Smiley. I'm super excited to be here today. As you know, this is our Smile-A-thon, and I am Darlene Thorne, and I am the founder of A Heart After the Father, LLC, and the creator of the Refresh, Refill, Renew movement. I serve as your caregiver's co-mentor, walking alongside women and some men, caregivers, to help them practice intentional self-care, setting healthy boundaries, and find time to breathe again. My mission is to help caregivers go from burnout to balance, from simply surviving to truly thriving. Often people ask me, Darlene, how do you keep smiling? Even when with everything that you carry as a caregiver. And the truth is, my smile just isn't a reflection of happiness. It's a reflection of strength, a hope, and choice. Smiling for me has become a survival tool, a spiritual practice, and a gift. Why I smile? Because caregiving has shown me that joy doesn't only show up when life is easy. Joy shows up in the small sacred moments, like hearing thank you, or witnessing progress after some hard days, or finding unexpected peace in prayer. I smile because smiling is an act of courage. It says, yes, I'm tired, but I'm still standing. Yes, I'm stretched, but I'm not broken. Yes, I'm giving, but I'm also learning to receive. The SMILE acronym I've come up with, in and of itself, it guides my caregiving journey. S is for strength, not the kind that comes from me alone, but strength renewed every morning by God's grace. M is for mindset, choosing to focus on gratitude and possibility rather than fear and overwhelm. I, inspiration. Now, drawing inspiration from those I care for, from my community, and from the stories of the caregivers all around the world. L, love. Love that fuels every act of service, even when it's inconvenient or costly. E, endurance, the perseverance to keep going, knowing that caregiving is not a marathon. I mean, it is a marathon and it's not a sprint. When I say I smile, I'm really reminding myself to carry strength, mindset, inspiration, love, and endurance with me every day. For me personally, my smile is a testimony. I've watched God sustain me through caregiving seasons that seemed too heavy. And I've learned that the smile on my face is not just for me, it's for the one I'm caring for the people watching who wonder if hope is even possible, and for my own heart that needs the reminder you are still here. You are still whole. So, why do I smile? I smile because my smile is a message. It says love is stronger than exhaustion. Hope is louder than despair. And faith is greater than fear. And to every caregiver here today, may your smile remind you that you matter. You deserve rest and renewal, and that you are not walking this road alone. If you'd like to stay connected with me, you can find me online at www.darlenethorne.com, or you can connect with me on Instagram at Lady Darlene LT3 and at LinkedIn under Darlene Thorne MDiv. Let's keep walking this journey together, refreshed, refilled, and renewed. Thank you. And keep smiling. It's your superpower. Thanks, Dr.
Come on,
Smiley.
come on, Darlene. That is ridiculously polished. So I usually would ask, how do people connect? But you've already done that. But we were doing a tradition for the first three parts, and I think we've deviated a little bit. So we're going to go back to instilling this tradition, which is this is international, and
Mm-hmm.
everyone, everyone, even the United States, is international. For instance, my mom
Mm-hmm.
is from England. My dad is from France. So on my right side, I would put a French flag because my last name is Rashan, and on the left side, I'd put an American flag. What would you put?
Oh, gracious. To
And you can put
represent my
yeah,
mhm.
go ahead. You can do
And I
whatever you
could put
want.
anything. I can put
You can put any
anything.
flag that means that is your heritage. In other words, bringing the world together by saying, "I am a product of two countries to be American." So you can.
Wow. Let me tell you, I've been doing a little bit of digging and I found that I have uh, roots that are there in Nigeria. So I would have Nigeria and I would have the American flag.
and the
I'm
Nigerian
just
flag is green and white, if I recall.
yeah.
Okay.
I
Well,
know.
you did a wonderful job as always. And you have you noticed that as we do this, we get like it's like going to the gym where I mean, you start really getting the polish. This was an
Yes.
amazing presentation. You've always done a great job, but this was, I think, your best. And I just want to
Oh,
acknowledge it. But
thank you.
the other thing I wanted to tell you is, even though you may know this, because I think I've shared this with you either privately or in the first one, is caregiving.
Yes.
If it wasn't for me experiencing caregiving, I wouldn't know 99% of the people I know in my life, 99.9 almost. Me caregiving my mom caused me to reflect and say, what am I really doing with my life? Life is precious. And she caused me to write my first book when she passed, because I said, when in the last days of her being alive with Alzheimer's, I said to her, even though she couldn't understand anything I was saying at that point, I said, I am going to commit to writing a book within a year. I've been talking about for 25 years, and this year I'm doing it. And I wrote my first book, and it might have been 30
Wow.
years ago. But you know how you talk about doing something,
Yes.
and then someone
Yes.
that you love passes, and they wake you up that, hey, am I taking life seriously? I mean, is it precious to me or is it not precious? So I salute
Yeah.
you for being a caregiver and also your message of what it is to be a caregiver.
Thank you. And you know what? Moms have a way of spurring us on to do things because I wrote my first book because of my mom. We were
Yeah.
riding in the car and she said, Darlene, you need to write a book. And my first book was dedicated to my mother. It was a set of devotionals. Absolutely. Our moms are incredible.
Well, smiles to mom, smiles to you. Have a great day. Keep smiling
Thank you.
and celebrate International Smile Day.